Hailing from the West Catalonian province of Lleida, Bojan Krikic Perez was born on the 28th of August 1990 to a Serbian father and Spanish mother. Prompted by his father, who played professionally, he joined Barcelona's Academy of Excellence at La Masia de Can Planes. From the age of 8 to 15, Bojan scored around 900 times for the various youth sides, beating the record of his fourth cousin, Lionel Messi. Bojan's innate pace, elegant close control, and eye for a goal encouraged the Chiefs at Barcelona to offer him a professional contract as soon as he hit 17. Prior to the start of Barca's campaign, Bojan travelled with the under-17s to South Korea for the 2007 World Cup. Now seen as a fixture of the starting 11, he netted 2 braces and scored once against Ghana to get to the final where they would face Nigeria. Despite their disappointing defeat to the Africans, a game from which he was suspended, Bojan had been Spain's inspiration throughout, awarded the Adidas Bronze Ball as the third best performer. Upon his homecoming, his life had changed drastically, suddenly a recognised name and face in Catalonia. Things began perfectly for Bojan, finding the back of the net in his Barca debut during a friendly match, prior to becoming the club's youngest La Liga player in history, again breaking the Atomic Flea's record. Soon after, he was Messi's substitute in their Champions League fixture with Lyon, as at the time the competition's youngest ever, at only 22 days past 17 years. It took little time for the teenager to settle in at the Nou Camp, and within 25 minutes of his first league start, he scored versus Villarreal, making Bojan the club's youngest ever goalscorer. The scoring floodgates were now open, and he continued to stamp his name on the scoresheet in the Spanish top flight. Amongst the world-class stars that Barcelona boasted, the starting centre-forward spot he craved was a difficult one to secure, and in his first year, Bojan was mostly used as a substitute. However, when he was offered more than 20 minutes, he would often impress. At 5'6", the low centre of gravity and jarring agility was to be expected, but he also demonstrated confidence, rarely seen in a 17-year-old. More of a striker than his South American teammate, he had a natural aptitude for losing his marker and beating the keeper. By the season's end, he had amassed 10 La Liga goals from 14 starting appearances, plundering Raúl's record of most goals scored in a debut Spanish season. The Catalan sensation had proved himself in such a short time span, and as newspapers riddled their pages with his name, the pressure mounted. He battled with anxiety, which came thick, fast and regularly, sparked by the stress of needing to perform in the red and blue jersey. On the verge of smashing another national team record, in February 2008, he fell ill and pulled out of the match that would have made him the youngest player ever to represent Spain. Then, in May, daunted by the immense weight of representing his country at senior level, Bojan chose to withdraw from the 23-man squad for Euro 2008. It was a shock to many, who only discovered the reasoning in a 2018 interview when the Spaniard explained that his detachment was actually down to anxiety, which gave him headaches and a constant sick feeling. It was a bitter pill to swallow for the country's sporting director Fernando Hierro, whose persistent questions about a possible change of heart were always met with no. Even his club captain recognised how vital Bojan could be for La Roja, but Puyol's desperate pleas weren't answered. The slump he was in deepened when exposed to the cruel opportunism of the media, who reported the story as if he had apathetically rejected his country. 2008 was a different time in football, with less focus allocated to mental health, and so, looking to save face, he cited fatigue as the reason for missing out, and that he needed to spend the summer on vacation with loved ones. By the end of July, Bojan was left to rue a missed opportunity, as the squad returned to Spain with the European Championship in hand. Still, the time off proved worthwhile as he rescued control over his anxiety and re-established a balance, enabling him to focus completely on his game. He shed the number 27 for 11 as La Liga got underway, yet his struggle for a starting place remained, and an ensuing 7-month-long goal drought did little for his fragile confidence. Even though Bojan by May was both a Spanish League, Cup and European champion, it had been far from an individually strong season. The 19-year-old had been generously rewarded for a year of irregular performances, in which he accumulated 16 goal contributions from 42 matches, averaging 43 minutes on the pitch per game. A torn muscle sidelined him in the latter half of 2009, but as the season rolled on and his fitness improved, Bojan was given more minutes, with which he flourished, converting 7 goals from 7 games, wrapping up another triumphant La Liga run. Now with both Eto'o and Ibrahimovic in Milan, Bojan was somewhat lulled into a false sense of security by Pep Guardiola, who, despite presenting him the number 9, didn't increase his playing time. He found himself quite low in the pecking order with the signing of David Villa, a young compatriot who left precious little room for a kid craving minutes. With his 100th league appearance with the Catalan club, came a realisation that he wouldn't be able to reach his great potential unless he departed the city he'd come to adore. Bojan looked to fly out of Messi's shadow and directly into the grand Italian capital of Rome, greeted by AS Roma in 2011. Here, in the Eternal City, the 14 tried to reinvent himself and become a key player for the Giallorossi, yet, given more of a chance than with Barca, he was a miserable underperformer, netting just 7 times in 37 games. Given this, the club opted against paying the additional €29 million to hold on to the Spaniard, and AC Milan were handed Bojan on loan. Once again, however, his performances in the Rossoneri stripes didn't match the hype around his name, which was now fading in the eyes of Europe. Hope was revived by Ajax, who won his signature, offering him an exit route from a disenchanting Serie A spell. A debut Eredivisie title couldn't hide the lacklustre performances put forth by Bojan, leaving the Amsterdammers questioning his worth in their team. When the peripatetic forward was dismissed by the Dutch champions, Stoke City pounced at the chance to bring the once promising youngster to the West Midlands. Once valued at tens of millions amongst top European sides, the measly £1.4 million paid by the Potters in late July 2014 epitomised the lowest point of Bojan's career so far. In the Premier League, he gave his all to help a possible relegation fighter stay up, and despite an exciting start with goals against Spurs, Arsenal and Everton, he ruptured his cruciate ligament and was therefore reduced to the sidelines for a few months. Upon his recovery and return to the squad, he clearly hadn't fully adapted to the English game, and scoring was sporadic, prompting Mark Hughes to drop him. Even in a side that averaged mid-table finishes, Bojan wasn't seen as a fixture and was loaned yet again to both Mainz and Alaves of the Bundesliga and La Liga respectively. The next few chapters of Bojan's story are unfortunately alike. He continued to hunt for game time, gradually taking downward steps leading to Canada and Japan, where he now plays for Vissel Kobe. Now 31, the career of the boy from Lignola is finished, and the name Bojan joins a tragic list of future stars that never made it. At times uncannily evocative of his Argentine teammate, many had good reason to believe that Barcelona had 2 Messis at their disposal, one left-footed and the other right. But while the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner skyrocketed in 2007, Bojan crumbled following a less rewarding path. Sadly, it was ultimately due to the pressure and the resulting anxiety caused by the hype when he was still just a teen. As one from the golden generation of Spanish football, his demise came right before an exceptional 4-year stint for La Roja, and only securing 1 cap before demoting himself to Catalonia's national side. Bojan Krikic goes down as another talent stolen from us by the crippling issues of mental health.